sea always looks calm, but beneath that smooth surface, dangers lurk. Threats that no sturdy hull or experienced captain can outrun. Here, off the coast of Africa, where the Indian Ocean flows into the Gulf of Aden, lives a different kind of enemy. You can't predict it like a storm or calculate it like currents. It strikes suddenly and leaves no room for negotiation. These waters have become the stage for a new kind of war. No rules, no mercy, where every vessel is a potential victim and every crew a target. Trade routes that connect continents and countries have turned into deadly traps, and thousands of sailors know their next voyage might be their last. But how did this threat arise? What drives people into the hands of pirates? And who's standing guard over global interests in this oceanic hell? Ahead lies the story of a battle for control over one of the world's most vital sea lanes. The story of brave men standing watch for safety, and those who choose the path of violence, risking everything for money and survival. The answers are coming up. But first, let's dive into a world where every voyage could be the last. The Indian Ocean, a mighty artery of global trade, carrying millions of tons of cargo. But amidst endless waves and beneath an endless horizon, a new threat has emerged: Somali pirates. These men, hiding in the shadows, have turned some of the busiest sea routes in the world into conflict zones. A nation weakened by internal crises and chaos couldn't secure its waters. As a result, the Somali coastline became a stronghold for armed groups who declared war on global trade. Ships are under constant threat of attack, crews held hostage by ruthless captors, and cargo flows under relentless pressure. Shaken by the scale of the threat, the international community decided to act in 2008. Operation Atalanta was launched, a massive naval mission aimed at restoring order in these waters. For the first time, warships from different countries joined patrols, armed with the latest technology and ready to engage pirates at a moment's notice. But what's really behind the faces of these sea bandits? Their motives run deeper than just greed. These are people backed into a corner by poverty, unemployment, and a hopeless future. For them, piracy isn't a choice. It's a desperate means of survival. They risk their lives knowing the odds of escape are slim, and the price of failure is death or prison. In this fight for control over the sea lanes, there's no room for mercy. Every day on the water is a battle to survive, where one mistake costs too much. Operation Atalanta isn't just a naval campaign. It's a fight for the safety of the global economy, for sailors' lives, and for the stability of millions around the world. But despite the international force's efforts, the pirates don't give up. They adapt, refining their tactics using fast boats, clever maneuvers, and well-organized support networks. Every new attack is a challenge, demanding defenders stay alert and constantly analyze threats. This story is about an unending war at sea, where it's not nature, but human cruelty and courage that shape the fate of entire nations. Keep watching to find out how this deadly dance plays out and who emerges victorious in the ocean's darkness. In 2008, the international community launched an unprecedented naval operation, Atalanta. It was a bold attempt to end the chaos off the Somali coast, where pirates reigned supreme. Aboard the modern British frigate HMS Northumberland, one of the first ships deployed to the conflict zone, the crew understood one thing: their mission wasn't just patrol duty. It was a war against fearless and ruthless enemies, for whom life and death were nothing more than stakes in a deadly game. The tasks were clear and nearly impossible: protect humanitarian aid convoys, guard commercial vessels, and most importantly, intercept pirates before they could strike. But out here, there are no rules. only survival instincts and cold calculation. For the military, every moment was a test of endurance, every alarm a signal for fierce combat, where flawless teamwork and cutting-edge technology were the only hope. Atalanta became more than just a military mission. It was a symbol of unity, with nations standing together for a common cause. Frigates, patrol aircraft, helicopters, and drones blanketed vast stretches of ocean, creating an invisible web of security. Yet, despite the firepower and technology, the pirates did not back down. They adapted, switching tactics, using fast skiffs, hiding behind fishing boats, and always ready for the unexpected. Every journey to sea became a test of will and resilience. For soldiers and sailors, it was relentless stress, knowing that at any moment, a small silhouette on the horizon could mean a skiff loaded with heavily armed pirates. Harsh conditions, endless patrols, and constant combat readiness. This was their new reality. But it was precisely this readiness, this professionalism and determination that became the most powerful weapons against these sea bandits. Day by day, Operation Atalanta dealt crushing blows to pirate networks, dismantling their bases and crippling their logistics. Yet the war was far from over. Many battles still lay ahead, battles that would determine the future of this volatile region. Stay tuned to see how international forces confront cunning and brutal pirates and uncover the secrets hidden in the ocean's dark depths. Pirates off the coast of Somalia are not just bandits, they are masters of adaptation and survival. With every strike of Operation Atalanta, they evolve, becoming more inventive and dangerous. Fast motorboats bristling with weapons are just part of their arsenal. They rely on intricate support networks, hiding among innocent fishing vessels to launch sudden and deadly attacks. For international naval forces, this is a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, where a single mistake can cost lives. Constantly tracking pirate movements, they strive to predict the next strike, but danger lurks at every turn. Pirates prefer calm seas, the perfect moment to seize a vessel and take hostages, turning them into tools of blackmail and profit. Every attack is a lightning-fast operation, planned down to the smallest detail, where the element of surprise is their greatest weapon. Clashes often erupt far from the coast, deep in open waters, where help might not arrive in time. Naval commanders know they cannot allow the pirates to gain the upper hand, as this is not only a threat to sailors' lives, but also a direct hit on global trade and the world economy. Warship crews train relentlessly, honing close combat skills and perfecting their coordination. Each patrol is not just a mission to prevent the next attack, but also a chance to gather intelligence and expose the pirates' networks. But despite the strength of modern fleets and advanced technology, this battle is far from over. Pirates continue to probe for weak spots, while the international community seeks new strategies to break the chain of terror gripping one of the world's most vital shipping lanes. In the boundless expanse of the Indian Ocean, where the waves seem to guard ancient secrets, a fierce battle unfolds. This is no ordinary clash of fleets. It's a deadly game between trained military forces and ruthless pirates, for whom every attack is a fight for survival. Suddenly, a suspicious blip appears on the radar and quickly multiplies into several. The crew's hearts race. Ahead could be a coordinated pirate strike team ready to attack. Life aboard a warship means constant tension, relentless drills, and split-second decisions. There is no room for error here. Marine units and helicopter crews prepare instantly for boarding operations on suspect vessels. Every mission is a delicate balance between bold action and caution, where a single misstep could mean casualties among hostages or the crew itself. Gunfire, explosions, and chaos. This is where both heroes and tragedies are born. The pirates, masters of speed and terrain, strike fast and vanish into the shadows of the ocean. But Operation Atalanta's technology, long hours of patrols, drones, and cutting-edge radar, shrinks their room to maneuver day by day. Yet the cost of this war is steep. Every battle is a gamble with lives, and every mistake could be catastrophic. Naval warfare here is not just about tactics and firepower. It's the story of human destinies, where the stakes are not only control over the sea, but the safety of millions of people whose lives depend on uninterrupted shipping. In this confrontation, there is no place for weakness. Every day on these waters is a new battle, leading either to a hard-won victory or a devastating defeat. Behind the thunder of gunfire and explosions lie the faces and stories of those we often call pirates. But who are they really? Not mindless criminals, but people driven to the edge by brutal circumstances, unemployment, poverty, the absence of law and justice. These are the forces that push them into the dangerous, dark world of maritime crime. Life on the Somali coast is a relentless fight for survival. For many, piracy isn't seen as a crime, but as a desperate way to feed their families and earn at least some income. The ransom money extorted from commercial ships is distributed among numerous groups and communities, sustaining entire regions. Their small, fast boats, armed with powerful engines and weapons, strike like living war machines, emerging from the shadows to attack massive cargo ships. These corsairs of the Indian Ocean don't just raid. They master the art of lightning-fast hijackings, using their knowledge of local waters and swift maneuvers. But every year, international forces close in, destroying their motherships and seizing their weapons and gear. This forces the pirates to invent new tactics, faster, trickier, more elusive. Their adaptability is both terrifying and fascinating. Yet behind their ruthless image lies tragedy. People who often say they have nothing left to lose, with every move driven by desperation and hope. Their story is a reminder that the roots of crime grow from deep social wounds that cannot be ignored. Operation Atalanta changed the course of history. It became one of the largest naval missions against piracy ever launched. The mission was clear: protect critical trade routes and ensure the safety of the ships of the World Food Program. But Atalanta was more than that. It became a symbol of the world's determination to put an end to unchecked maritime terror. Crews trained tirelessly, perfecting close combat tactics and rescue operations. Every patrol was a hunt. Every alarm signal marked the beginning of a fight for the lives of sailors and the fate of massive cargo shipments. The pirates, despite the mounting pressure, refused to give up. Their adaptability turned every clash into a high-stakes chess match, where the prize was human lives and millions of dollars. Yet with every successful strike, Atalanta's international forces brought closer the day when the Indian Ocean would no longer be a safe haven for corsairs. Confiscated weapons, destroyed bases, and disrupted supply chains stripped the pirates of their lifeline. The story of Operation Atalanta is a dramatic epilogue to years of relentless struggle, one that continues even today. It proves that even in the most dangerous waters, hope and the power of unity can prevail. The Indian Ocean remains a battlefield. The sea shows no mercy to the weak, and this story is only the beginning.